Okay, you kind of start these things. You want to set your furnace, your air handling unit, in place first. And with this one, I then started running the supply trunk line out from it. And let me flip back over to the other project here. And let's go look at, all right. And so here's my furnace, okay? Do I still have a 3D view in here? I had a 3D view, let me see. Yeah, okay. So my furnace is kind of floating in the air because a lot of these units, and it depends on the unit itself, the return air comes up through the bottom. Okay, they'll put a box or a plenum on the bottom, and the return air comes up through the bottom. The supply air goes out the top. Okay, and so I brought this in. I just took it right out of Revit. I didn't get anything fancy, but it's a 75,000 BTU. Sounds good for a big house. Okay, and I set it 1 foot 5 above top of footing. That gives me enough room to put a return plenum underneath. Okay. Um, so I'm gonna have to be careful and stay on the right plan here. All right, so we'll go mechanical equipment, air handling unit, split system vertical. That one might work. I don't know. Either one of those would. This is just a furnace. The split system is both. I don't know. They just look weird. So I went with this. Top of footing. Remember, my offset was 1 foot 5, and we may have to rotate it. I think that's about the same way that I had it. I'm just kind of dropping this thing in by sight because we have no dimensions for it. So I kind of dropped it in there. And you're going to find it helpful to put you in a couple of section views, more so than you don't want to change the one that you've already got your drawings based on. So add a couple of more so that you can see it. And this is the orientation we want. Okay, because here's where the supply air will come out. Right here would be where the vent would come out to go, and the return air goes in the basement right here. Okay, and so we want it over from that duct a little bit, not too close to the wall. And I don't think I dimensioned it in my other one over there. So let's go back here and look at it. No, you can see it's a couple of feet away from both of them there. Okay, and then we put a piece of ductwork on top of it. Uh, and it probably is better done in a section view, but we'll see here. Because if you look at this, you click on it and you see, okay, coming out, it's 19 3/8 by 19. That's the opening for the ductwork for the supply air. And so let's go to, I don't want that one. I want this section here. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I'm, moving things around here. So, okay. And so let's go duck, regular default size. And here's where you set your width and your height. So I'm going to set them both at 19 until I can see what I got going on. And I'm going to start in this view and go with the output there. And I'm going to come up almost to the ceiling. Not quite. No auto resolutions. Cancel. Okay. Uh, I end up having to put a transition in for that one. So let me go back and look at my that's fine. It, maybe it won't join automatically. So I think what I did was I did an alignment. Yeah. Not, it's kind of an unorthodox way of doing it, but that's weird. Because I drew it here, it's on the cutting plane. That's when you draw something in section view, it draws it on the cutting plane level. Okay, and so now we'll align here. I need to be in my section view here. Okay, and so that's got it coming up. All right, so I'm going to maximize this one here so that we can see. Okay, now if you look at your plan coming down the side there, the supply area, the first one is a 30 by 8. We have to have a transition here. So let's go with a duct fitting, and what we'll need is a rectangular transition. Where's it at? Rectangular transition length standard. First floor level. We're going to leave it at, that until we can get in here and see it. I'm just going to drop it right there. Okay, the output side here needs to be 30 by 8. Okay, and this side, I can't remember if I made it 19 by 19. Let's see. Made it 19 by 13. Okay, what I did, this is just something to keep in mind when you've got a volume of air going through a ductwork, the cross-sectional area needs to stay the same. So an 8 by 30, multiply that, 8 times 30 gives you so many square inches. And the widest I could be here was 19, so I divided it by 19 inches, and that gave me 19 by 13. Okay, now you see they're kind of cattywampus there. So the offset width and height needs to be kind of half of what it is. I think that needs to be 15 if you want them symmetrical. That looks about right. Now the offset height, let's go to our section view. And so let's make we want it to be flat on the top is what we want. So I'm going to go with 4 and let's see what happens. Nope. All right, so I need to go, I think it was like -5 or something. Let's see. Whoa. Maybe it was 0. No. A lot of trial and error here, huh? 1.5. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll go with alignment, and that it may end up changing. I don't know. Uh, Probably should just do an alignment on it because getting it to join and tap in there is going to be would be kind of tough. Okay.